In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the intake gasket set on your Chevy Silverado. This will be located under the intake manifold. Let's get started. We're going to remove the PCV hoses from the valve covers. Using an 8mm socket, loosen the clamp. We're going to open up the safety lock on our MAF sensor connector, press on the button on the top, pull straight back, pull that out of the way. We have one more clamp going to the air box that we'll loosen. And now we can remove the intake. We're going to start to go around removing the harnesses from our intake. We're going to start at the throttle body, opening up that red connector, pulling it off. We're going to remove the alternator plug. Tab on the back, push on that, pull straight up. Using a trim tool, I'm going to go around popping these clips. And there's one more all the way in the back. You can pull this off to the side. We're going to continue on to the other side. I'm going to open this lock. Open that blue tab. Then we can push on our button and remove it. We're going to remove this vacuum hose. Push on this gray button and pull straight back. And remove that hose. Pull it out of the way. Travel down the side of the cover, removing all of the plastic stays. Now we're going to have 4 more of these clips on the back of the intake that connect the harness to this plastic cover. That's one right on the corner, right here. There is a safety clip on the back of this clip for the purge valve. We're going to open that, push on the tab, and remove the connector. There's that safety clip. Open that, push down on it, release it. We have one more down, hidden under here. We're going to push on this tab right here and pull that back and remove that hose. I'm going to pull that hose up like this. It'll come as a nice package when we pull this intake. Using a 10mm socket, we're going to go around and remove all of the bolts for the intake. There's 2 in the front, and then we're going to work through these holes as we go around, removing all of the bolts. We have 2 more in the back that we need to get to. I swapped from a long extension with a 10 to a slightly shorter one with a deep 10. Be careful when working around this heater hose. This is just a plastic connection. Depending on how old it is, they can be very brittle and easy to break. We have one more bolt all the way in the back. Now when we pull up on our intake, we can see that the whole thing floats. We're going to pull it up slightly, pull it forward, and this is going to give us better access to those clips in the back. I'm going to use a vacuum and vacuum up any debris that's sitting in this valley. We're going to go around and plug all of our ports. We're going to use rags. We're just going to shove them down inside to prevent anything from getting in there or me dropping anything in it. Once we have all our ports plugged up, we can go ahead and remove our foam cover. You can see all that dust on the top. That's why we covered those ports. Remove that foam cover. Using a blowgun, we're going to blow out all of the dust and debris out of this valley. We're going to go through and use a clean rag to clean all of our intake ports. Go around wiping away any of the oil or dirt. Go around and do this for all 8 ports. We're going to go and remove all of the rags. Install the foam insulator. We're going to replace the intake gaskets on our intake manifold. I recommend doing this whenever you take the intake manifold off. We're going to go down and wipe all of our ports with a clean rag. Do this on both sides. Install the intake gaskets. I'm going to go through and snug all of them down. On our first pass on our intake manifold, we're going to torque it to 41 inch-pounds. Follow along as we go. We're going to go on a zigzag motion. The middle bolt on the passenger side being 1. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all the way in the back left. 9 in the back right. And 10 in the front passenger. We're going to go around one more time to 88 inch-pounds, and this will be our final torque. Starting back on 1. We're going to start going around reattaching all of the plastic stays for our harnesses. We're going to start all the way in the back. That's the one on the back passenger side. Go through and reattach all of the connections. On this vacuum hose, you'll have to push on this tab to reinstall it. It wouldn't just slip over. Install the connector for the purge valve. Close the tab in the back. We installed all of our plastic stays down the side. We installed the connector for the alternator, the throttle body, our vacuum hose here, the connector for the purge valve, the vacuum hose going to the front. Install the air intake. Snug down the clamp. Do the same thing on the airbox side. Install the PCV hoses. Install the MAF sensor connector. Push until you hear a click. Close the lock. Make sure it's locked on, and you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.